Well, it is now time for panel number 3 on the New York City 32,000 Ravensburger puzzle. So now I have safely stowed the first 2 panels, so with 6 sections each, so I have 12 sections taped carefully, stacked nicely in the box here, and I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags. So I have 6 more to go. 2 down, 6 to go. So let's take a look at the map here, or the picture. May as well call it a map, that's what it is. And this was panel number 1 we did, which was A. Panel number 2 I did was E. So now it makes sense. I either should do panel B or panel F. And looking at it, and because I just finished the bottom one, I think I'm going to slide over and do another bottom one, as I see a building here. Looks like the same building, but on a bit of a different angle as we had there. So, gives me something that I'm a little bit familiar with, so we are going to choose panel F. So now I got to see if I can find the bag for that. We've got all the bags here, and as I mentioned before, there is a code number on it, and the code number, there we are, the control number, it starts with a G, so that is not it. That would be this one right here. And what do we got here? See if we can find this one here. Find a code number on this one. Oh, hard to tell. It's upside down. Oh, this looks like it could be F. There we are here. Control number. Can't seem to see it. Okay, yes, that does start with an F. So, this is the one I want. If I look, I see some pieces here, some very fine brick. Yeah, that's going to be this right here. So, this is my bag. So, we've got that. So, we're going to put the rest of them back in the box here and clear things off. Find my puzzle box, throw everything in the puzzle box here. This is the puzzle dust from bag number 2. I think I better clean that out before I start the next one. No sense dealing with more dust than I need to. What I found is on the last time it worked much better to dump all the pieces in the box and then pull them out. And that way I avoided getting all of this dust on my table. So let's put things away and get ready to start. All right, we're set up. I took this box and actually got out my vacuum cleaner and vacuumed the dust out of it. It's a good thing because I have a feeling that we're probably going to add quite a bit more, depending on how these normally work. But here, as you can see, this is 4,032 pieces. This box actually was a box from my entering the bedroom puzzle, which is this one right here. It held 6,000 pieces initially, but they are a little bit smaller cut than the Ravensburger, so it virtually fills that box. So now, this being the panel I'm going to do here, so from here and down. If I look at it, because it's all buildings, it seems as though the more sorting I can do initially, probably the better off I'll be. And initially what catches my eyes, I have this building here, this one here, which is a continuation of the one we just finished. So these pieces I will recognize easy. So there's 1, 2, if I can pull this one apart, that's 3, there's 4. This one here would be 5. And I see this down here, a couple of green ones. Either way, I've got 12 containers here. I've got 6 large ones and 6 small ones. As usual, I'll pull the blacks out and the pieces of building with pieces with black and building together. I'll pull those out. So I'm not sure just how many of these I'll use, but I have a feeling that last time I sorted for 3 hours and didn't sort this detailed, so I'm expecting this one's going to take me a while. So I'm not going to bother filming this, so we'll go to work and then we'll check with you once we've got some sorting done. Well, I'm about halfway through this box and I'm bored. It's been 2 hours according to my timer, and I've got, I think, enough sorted so I can start with something. What I've done is in this box here, I have pieces which I know belong to this building. They're fairly distinct. They're bright yellow, a lot of them, and these other ones I recognize from before. So I think I've got enough of them to start that. This building here is obviously the biggest one in the puzzle. I've just been throwing pieces in there. I tried sorting into all of these different boxes by building, but I found there's just too many different buildings and some that look so much alike, so I kind of gave up on that. And what I did was I just sort of kept leafing through here and pulling out pieces that I knew where they went and put them in the buckets. Like I said, this one is this building here. This one here is my edge pieces. This one is my black and building pieces combined. These are my black frame pieces. Those I can just get out of the way. These were pieces of interest that I think I can fit together rather quickly. And here I've got, this one here is this building here, just a miscellaneous. But these are two that I'm probably going to start with. This one here is green. So I know I've got most of that building there and probably some of this in there. This one here, I believe, is this building here. And for the last probably 10 minutes or so, I've stopped finding any of these. Found very few of those and just a couple of greens. So I think that tells me that those three there, this bucket and these two buckets here, I've got the bulk of the pieces, so that should allow me to put it together. This one here I started collecting, and I know that's this top here, but there's so much variation in that building, it's hard to tell what belongs. This one here, this building here, but there again, it goes from light to dark, from flat to angled. It's rather hard to tell too. So I decided enough of this for now. I'm going to stop for a while, go upstairs, have a glass of wine with my wife, and then I'm going to come back and dig into this green one, the yellow, and this one here, and probably the edge, and see if I can put a few pieces together so that I've got something to work from. All right, I've kind of used up some of my pieces I had. I got what I had for this first building here on the left. This one here, I've got all of the angled yellow done. Got a good part of the brown horizontal windows there. Haven't done anything in this building. I managed to put together the green, which is this building here, and the yellow. A little bit more yellow up here I've put together, and a little bit over here. But I'm kind of out of pieces, and I've still got this big huge bundle in the box and some other things. So as much as I don't feel like doing more sorting, I don't think I have any choice. So we'll just do a bunch more sorting and get some more pieces so we can build more. Good morning. Cold, wet morning. Nice day for puzzling. I'm struggling with this one. Finding it not quite as easy as the first two were. And a big part of it is because there's not so many big distinct buildings as there was in the first two. This one is very distinct, this one as well, but the others, there's some smaller ones, but a lot of this in here is very difficult to figure it out. So I've got this building. What I did was I stopped sorting about halfway through and started putting pieces together. Oh, there's a piece I need. And decided I was bored and wanted to start putting things together. But it was a little tough because as I did it, and here's a good example, is that just missing too many pieces to be able to really complete that part of the puzzle. This here being this one large, this bucket here is this large building here, cream colored building here. This one is a big part of this puzzle, so that's been easy to pull out. In here, I think I have some of this brown building here. This one here is parts of this building right there beside it. I've done the yellow part on the top. Done a little bit on the top of this building there. Got my green building here done and my yellow. They were easy to pull out. And this building up here in the right corner, which is this one, I pretty much got that together too, with some other little bits. But I'm struggling. It's not moving along very well. Miscellaneous box. So I think I'm going to actually, this is the big brown building. I think I'm going to have to dig into this and go work my way through it and get it into some different containers so I'm able to move at a better pace. So that's probably what we got to do. So at almost 15 hours in, we finally completed our first sort. Was not excited about this one. Well, put it off just because there were so many different things to sort into, as you can see by looking at this picture. So what did we end up with? Well, this bucket here, one of the larger ones, is this building here, or what I believe to be that building. So we can put that aside. We don't need that. This one here is what I believe to be this building here. Looking at the size of it, it's obviously missing some pieces. I didn't get them all. I'm thinking a lot are mixed in with this one, which is more browns, which would encompass probably this building, and this one, and some of that mixed in as well. So they're going to require some more going through at some point. This one here is this building here, and I've taken the top. I had this little bit done before. I managed to do a little bit more and to finish off this green and to connect it all to the edge. This is the top part of the white, this cream color building here, which will kind of fit into that. This here's my miscellaneous, or my I really don't know pile. Put that up there. Excuse me, I always find that one's good to sort through as we move along. So we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major piles. And then we also have this one here is what I believe to be this building here. This one is, believe it to be this building. This one here, I believe it to be this small building here in the top with the little black squares. This one here is, this is my miscellaneous, or my pieces of interest, as I like to call them. They are ones that I recognize and I know I can put in right away, just based on their color and their shape, just like this here. So I will do this one first, free up a container, then I'll have to do a little bit more organizing. I did find, I think, my last edge pieces here somewhere, so I need to get those put together. This here, I pretty much finished this building. This one's all done now. I did a lot of that done. Got this double air conditioner unit done. This, whether it's a water tower or whatever, I'm not sure. That one's done. Got this lots of little floaties. Some up here, plus this building, which we had partially done before. So we've added to those, made them a lot bigger. So now I'm going to go through this pieces of interest pile. I should be able to put most of those in. Then we'll decide which building to do after that. All right, so we got this box empty. And what was in this box? It was this building here. I had the yellow portion on the top here done before, but now I've managed to add this and complete down towards the bottom. It's the bulk of the building, probably a little bit more left at street level. It also allowed me to tie this part in, which I had done previously. We had done part of that, so that's done, and then that all tied to the green, which then tied to this building on the end. So it's coming together quite nicely. We're starting day 4. Been at this 3 days, well really 2.5. The first was just a half day. So let's take an overall look now. Like I mentioned, we have this building here, and we've connected this all the way through to here, which gives us, as you can see, this bottom corner here is this large sort of cream colored building. One of the things I'm looking at doing is separating out this sort of tower on the right side. I think that'll be fairly easy to find. Then that would connect the bottom here through to that. So we may take a look and see what to do with that. The other thing is I have a box here which is light brown pieces, which is for the most part will go in here. I don't think it's all that building. I think that's quite mixed up between all of the browns together, but it's another area we can start on. That would probably go in not too bad. So we have 2 areas we can work on. Down here, we've added a little bit more. The green building is now, we've completed it. We've got a little bit more of the roof done, and we've connected the top portion. Yellow building, we've kind of completed for the most part the side areas. A little bit missing, but I'm sure it'll turn up. Here, got the air conditioner units done, the water tower for the most part, and we've added some more up in this corner with this pyramid here in the corner next to this building. So now, what next? I think what we'll do is, I think I may take and tackle this. I think I'll tackle this brown building here next. So maybe we'll set it up and see how it goes together and take a look from there. Well, I'm back. Sorry about that, but my camera died on me, so I had the time-lapse stop partway through this brown building up here. I had most of it done when it stopped. But since that, I completed this building. Then I dug into my container, which had all of these pieces here, and I separated out this tower. And I put it together. So that is done now too. So that gives me a good look of the left side of the puzzle. So it actually comes together nicely. Nothing's really changed here, but what I've got is I have this building, this small one here, and this building in these 3 containers. I'm going to take these 2 here, which is a small one, and this one, and do these 2 now. I think I'll just set this one aside temporarily. Then after that, so now that big bucket I had, which was that white building, has gotten substantially smaller into 2 separate buckets. I've got my bucket of browns and my miscellaneous, as well as that building I just showed you, my black pieces and my pieces with black and building on them. At some point I'll dig into this and can probably cut that in half at some point, but for now we'll leave it. So we'll focus on these two containers and empty a couple more. All right, let's check things out here. I started to do a time lapse when this portion of the puzzle as I started it, but unfortunately had my camera in the wrong setting and it did it at regular time, so deleted that part of the video. Just bring you up to date though. After we did this column here and I did those two buildings over there, I decided to come back and to tackle this corner again, which is this building here. If you see, there's these large, or these wider brick sort of column ways or whatever. Based on how I did the other buildings before, I thought I could start with them and then fill in the windows. But I found that they just were not fitting together very well, and it seemed like pieces didn't quite feel like they were in the right place. So I was struggling, so I then decided sort the rest of the pieces for that building. So here's all of my pieces, all of the windows, the brickwork and stuff. So this is the remainder of what I think is that building. So I sorted them all by shape and decided if we're going to do this building, let's just get at it and do it right. So that's what we're working on. So this time we'll set the camera up again and try to set it up properly. Well, I've emptied my piece of cardboard. A few pieces left. I'll just throw them back in with my miscellaneous, as I'm not really sure where they go. They don't fit in with what I had. So we'll throw those in there. And for the most part, we've finished this tall cream colored building, which is the largest building on this in this panel. So that being done, there's a bit missing, but not surprising with them being mostly windows. The coloring was very different from what I was looking for when I sorted, so I'm sure they're in my miscellaneous pile. So now we got to sort of tackle the right side of the puzzle here. If I look at it, I have basically three brown buildings. So I have a feeling that I'm going to have to look into that box of brown pieces and find a way to sort out the different buildings so I can work on one of them. I'm almost certain that a good chunk of what I'll be needing will be in here as well, but I think once I start this, that will help me to determine, okay, this is what things look like, this is what the building looks like, and then it will help me go through this box as well. So I think that's probably the next step for now. We'll do that and then see how we make out. Coming along. Okay, so we emptied that one out. We ended up with this box here, which I believe, there's a picture here, which I believe is part of this building, this area up here. Found a few more for this, I just threw up there. This box there I believe to be mostly this building. This one here I think is down here. This one I believe to be this building here. And then the rest is back into a miscellaneous. I don't really want to dump it into this miscellaneous because I have a feeling that there's a lot more of what I'm going to require to finish these other buildings in here. So this will probably get sorted to try to add to these piles and make the miscellaneous bigger. But for now, I think I'll see if I can put a few things together up here, tidy it up a bit before I sort that one again. Time for an update. This was my box of Miscellaneous. Cleaned it out, nothing left in it but the dust. We'll put that together with the dust from the original sort. And what did I end up with? Well, this is now my Miscellaneous. It's got less in it and smaller. And this one here is, find my picture here. This one here is what I consider to be parts of this building right here, as we've done most of this building now. So I consider this to be probably this area right in there. Then I still have this one, which I had before, to be this building. So if I work on those two, I should be able to connect those two pieces together across the top. This one here is the larger brown building there. Understandable, is probably mixed in with some other pieces somewhere else. But that's kind of where it stands. So we're down to sort of 3 main boxes there, or 3 main buckets there, plus our Miscellaneous bucket. Then I do have one more, which is what I consider pieces of interest. As I went through the Miscellaneous bucket, I would find pieces, and it's like, I should know where this goes. That's a fairly distinct looking piece. So rather than throw it back in, throw it here and wait until all of a sudden it pops out at me and we can put it in. It'll be easier to find. Some floaty pieces over here, which I thought were part of this building. Not really. Rather than throw them back in, I'll just leave them up there for now. I have some more floater pieces in here, which kind of fit in these areas, but haven't really figured it out yet. So we'll sort of just leave those sort of sit there, and as they kind of work themselves in, we'll put them in. And I think, what's this one right here? Let's put that one in right there. Okay, there, see? That's why you like to leave them out. So it's starting to come together. There's not that much more to go. So let me clear it off here so we can get a bit better look at where we're at. And how long have we been working on this puzzle? Well, I have been talking about day 1, day 2, day 3, but I find that now, as the weather's getting a little nicer, I'm spending a little less time on the puzzle. So I'm now going to refer to my time as per my timer. Right now we are almost 34 hours in, so which is a good time. Hopefully I'll come in under 50 hours this time on this one. I'll have to see, but I'm not actually racing on it. It's just a matter of I keep my time so that I'm able to tell you when the video is complete, and it helps me sort of judge how I'm making out. So if we look at it here, compare it to the picture, you can wonder why there's missing all these pieces here. That's this row of the window along here, and then there is the row will come down here. I do have all of these pieces here, which are sort of part building, part black frame. At some point I'll go through these, and then that will give me distinct lines along there, which will help bring it together a little better. So I've got that I can do. Also working on some of these others. I'm gonna have to tackle one of these other buildings now and see how it goes. I'm not sure which one. And try to pull it together a little bit. And then once we get it pulled together a little bit, we do these ones. Then we should just be down to Miscellaneous holes. So my Miscellaneous should be easier to go through once we're down to small holes. Also, by leafing through that Miscellaneous pile, you can see where I've actually closed in a lot of the gaps on these buildings here. So we'll continue to do that. And like you say, there's some areas there that are missing, which is just a dark black color building. So that's probably gonna sit there for quite a while till I figure it out. But we'll keep working on it. Like you say, we're almost 34 hours in. Thought it was going to be nice out today, but it's still cool and cloudy. Was going to cut the grass. If the rain stays off, I may have to go out and cut the grass today. But other than that, we'll just keep on puzzling. Well, this was my container of pieces that had a little bit of black and a bit of building. Dumped them from there into there and started picking through them. The next thing you know, I used them all up. But what it's helped me do is, if you look at this now, the whole puzzle has been pulled together. So now you can see, get a much better look of what I got left. I have my one brown building for here, which is this building. And then what else? This is still my pieces of interest. And then we have my miscellaneous. I think the miscellaneous is going to be tough. I think I'm going to have to go at this building here to try to fill some of the holes, and that may make the miscellaneous easier. Then, of course, I have my container of black pieces, which will come last, as it has on the other puzzle. So we are now at, I think last time we talked, we were about 34 hours in. Now we are just about 37 hours in. So start the timer, set the camera back up, and see if we can maybe tackle this building right here. That'll go right in there, and the bulk of it should be in this box here. So let's do that. Another update. Where are we at? Well, it's coming along. I think last I talked to you, or before we shut the camera off, we were working on this brown building here, which is, where's my picture? Which is this building right here. As you can see, the whole puzzle's coming together now. We got a good portion of that done. Here's what's left in my brown pieces box, plus those few floaters there. We'll work on that a little more, see if we can tidy that up a bit. But as there are a few other brown buildings, it's I know there's other pieces. It's a bit challenging to figure those out, but I think we'll continue on with that. What else we got here? These are just sort of pieces of interest that are kind of there. Here's my pieces of interest. Here's my box, which I believe to go up here. So if I take these two boxes, if I can try to empty those pieces up there are some black ones, which I think are more of this dark black building there. Then we have my miscellaneous, which isn't all that big. And then my black pieces. How far are we into the puzzle? Well, let's take a look at my timer and see here. We're 39 hours in. So we'll start the timer again and go back to work, and we'll check with you again later. So made pretty good progress this morning. Filled in lots of the holes. Got most of the brown done up here now, and this other second building that's on an angle. Didn't really add much to the green. Filled in the holes I had on this brown building. Filled in some holes down here. Filled in a little bit here. And added some more along here, and even got down along to, I think, which is like sidewalk. So I found that I was just leafing through pieces, not making a lot of headway. So what I did was I sorted by shape. I got my, what I call my verticals, my horizontals, my little H guys, the sideways H guys, and the left and right facing, and then just the 4 innies and 4 outies. And even though I'm actually doing it mostly by picture, I thought by sorting this it'll help, because now it will make, for instance, a piece like this very easy to find. All of the sort of single one-off pieces, I should be able to fill those in rather quickly. And then I think that'll speed up the process. So I think we'll set up the camera and we're gonna try to finish this one off before it gets too late in the day. The sun's been out, my grass is kind of drying. I need to get out and cut it this afternoon, so let's see if we can wrap this up. That is, with the exception of the black pieces. Not gonna tackle those. So we'll see if we can get this done and see where that takes us. My board's empty. I'm out of pieces. Where are they all? Well, they're all in the puzzle. Look at this, eh? Looking pretty nice. We're missing a few, but as you see, the ones we're missing are mostly all window frame. It's one probably mistaken for a window frame, and in the window frame pile, oh, it's all black. So, I don't believe I'm going to be missing any pieces. I think everything should be fine. Where are we at now? Let's check our time here. Actually, this is the best we've done so far. 42 hours, just under 43 hours. It's beautiful and sunny outside. Time to go out and cut my grass and leave the puzzle alone for a while. All we got left is this one bucket right here, and I won't be tackling that today. That's my project for tomorrow. Tackle this one, finish the puzzle up, finish bag number 3, and then we'll have to determine based on whether we start bag number 4 now or not. Okay, talk to you later. And we are done. Bag number 3, section F. Yeah, section F it is. All complete. As per my usual, I've done on the first 2 panels and this panel, I finished up with the black pieces. And they were a challenge. With the 1 row across the middle, it didn't go too bad. Up the 2 sides, they took some time. This one was a bit challenging. The pieces near the top there, I probably put them and took them out about probably a half a dozen times till I felt we had the right fit. Something that surprised me when I first started this here, I found I had this piece here on this corner here. I actually had it on this end, and I thought, oh, there's an extra row over here, till I realized it fits over there. So then I had this brilliant idea to help find those pieces, to take these off and put them on this side. But they don't really fit very well. So that's making me nervous as to how well these panels are actually going to fit together once I complete them. Hope I don't have to use a hammer to put them together, but either way, how long did this one take us? Even though I struggled with, I thought at times, look at that, 45 minutes, 45 hours, 58 minutes, 46 hours. That's 8 hours better than the last panel. Maybe I'm getting better. I don't know. Either way, that's 3 panels done. The weather's really turning nice, so I'll probably attempt 1 more, but before that I'm going to do some smaller puzzles and things. So it might be a little bit till you see panel 4 come up, and when I do it, it'll just be sometime in the morning and maybe some in the evenings. I won't be working on it much during the day, so it'll take longer. The time, well, it shouldn't take longer, but it'll take longer to complete. So anyway, there's bag number 3 of New York City Skyline Ravensburger 32,000 piece puzzle. If you like this video, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. I welcome any comments or suggestions, and I'll do my best to answer them. And with that, we'll leave it there and catch you on the next video.